This episode of Sean and John was recorded on December 2nd, 2015.
Recomendita la sepelvectentistoi an stata vol mangi vitron estas Sean and John kun Sean kai Sean.
Love that song.
Oh, it's a great song, isn't it? Welcome to Sean and John, everybody. I'm John.
I'm John.
I'm the real deal.
I'm Ranjit. I'm the real deal.
Oh,
Wait a minute.
Or I think so.
Wait a minute.
there's two real
You
deals?
can't have two real deals.
You have to take the exotic one
Unless-
or the Canadian one.
Unless
Canadian just sounds so boring after you say that.
yeah, I'm the real Canadian deal. Sorry.
Before we started recording stuff, we started talking with authority, and it just got me thinking. Have you guys ever gotten angry enough where you just started waving your finger at someone? Like, did you literally physically wave a finger? And it just makes me wonder, since when was waving a finger threatening?
Probably like before there were guns.
You know, but what was it? What is it about human nature that all of a sudden we just want to? It's always, you know.
I think you're invading somebody's space. That's the thing. You're invading their personal space.
But why not like a full hand or two fingers?
Or your dick. If you really want to intimidate somebody, get your dick out and as
I've had enough of your
erect,
bullshit.
and wave it in
that
front
you
of
wave
their
your
face.
dick in
Now
his face.
see here.
So I understand you're angry, but get your balls away
Jesus
from my
Christ.
face.
Oh,
Let's just talk.
You're flicking dick
I
sweat
don't know
in my
why,
eyes.
like, pointing finger at you. I think it's just, like, evading in your eyes. That's what it is.
It
Like,
could-
you're just, like...
Is it almost like intimidates? Like I want to hit you, but I'm too pussy to actually throw a punch.
It could
So,
be
like,
It's, like,
there's a lot
irritating.
of.
It's mostly irritating when somebody's, like,
Oh
doing
my
this
God.
to you. You're like, ugh, why are they doing this to me?
Do you remember years ago? And this is great because I'm physically showing this, which goes over really well on an audio show.
you always do that.
I do this, but Clinton had this thing where, if you Google like Clinton pointing, you'll probably see it. But Bill Clinton had this thing where he made a fist and then kind of pointed with his thumb,
Like he's holding a spoon or something.
But yeah, or he's like slamming his fist to make a point. So it doesn't look like he's pointing at you, but he's pointing right in your face the whole time. It just doesn't look aggressive. It's one of the smartest political things ever.
Someone should Photoshop like a lightsaber in his hand when he does that.
crack.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Bzz.
So cheers. We're drinking the same beer.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. Mill Street Organic Lager, a brewery out of Tirana.
Toronto. I'm not a huge fan of many things Toronto, but Mill Street does a lot of different good beers. They do like a taste.
Mill Street does a lot of beer. Well, to say the least.
Some beer has beer in it. Others have beer.
Other breweries that do beer.
It's not as opposed to those ones who make moose piss. Doug, I don't know why the brewery won't work. Out of all the moose piss breweries in the world, and we are the only one, we make the highest quality moose piss, but it is just not selling. Have you bought a beer? Get out of my face, Doug. You're fired.
It's got to be served warm, too.
With a little bit of Tabasco sauce at the bottom of the glass so the last gulp really gets to you.
We go with authentic.
Be authentic. moose
Authentic
piss.
Tabasco flavored
Tangy.
moose piss. It'll clear the something off of your lungs, or what was it? What was this? Oh, never mind. I'm trying to think
Tastes
of old,
just like
old
nature.
expressions.
Don't try to think, John.
I know you can smell smoke. Oh, funny. All right, so if you were listening to last week, and why wouldn't you? Because this show is free. Well, obviously, Ranjit is here, and we had been talking to him about how he got to start in animation. And we're going to kind of ask. I guess I'd like to know your thoughts on certain animation things. So I'm going to start big question for you.
Sure.
In your opinion, what is the most important? It could be a film or just a drawing or a short or a cartoon, a TV cartoon, whatever. But what is the most important piece of animation, in your opinion, either for getting you on the track to realizing you want to be an artist, or just in general in the art form? Like a lot of people might say Akira, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything specific
Right.
like that. It was just a general feel. I don't get impressed by something too easily, or I don't get influenced by something too easily. There is not like a certain thing I can point at, oh, that was it, and that changed my whole world. Nothing does that for me.
Really?
I feel, yeah, it's more of a general.
You
slow
you
thought
need to try some moose piss. That'll change your life.
I think that will.
Not in a good way, but it will change your life. You will probably get chlamydia.
How?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways.
Moose are notorious for chlamydia. Tons. They eat it, and they're full of it.
Yeah, it was, I think, for drawing in general or animation, I think it was the general feel of it. I actually saw way more quality animation after actually getting into animation and getting to know what it is. I got into it very...
Like, well, I'm not good at
like
sports.
a novice. Like, I had no idea. I thought, like, it would just be a good idea to do it just because animation is a commercial way. And I could, like, tell my parents, hey, you can actually earn money by doing this job. So that was the only reason I was like, okay, animation it is.
Yeah.
But I still more.
See, I tried to say that to my parents when I was selling drugs, and they didn't want. Well, I can earn money doing it, and they still didn't go for it. So
See, now post Breaking Bad, then now you should pitch them on that again. Have you watch everything except the last season, and it turns out great for him.
Well, it's weed is becoming legal, or they're trying to make it legal now because of the new government. So you can actually
You're gonna have to talk.
start a business.
You're gonna have to talk into the mic there.
Oh, sorry.
this is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question on animation I was wondering. Because technology has become so advanced, do you feel like the art of animation has been lost, or do you think it's improved?
I think it's evolving. Everybody is trying to find, like, everybody keeps debating. Oh no, we should go back to a traditional ways. Just draw on paper and pencil. And some go like, no, we should completely embrace the modern technology, which is like 3D animation. But I think it's always it'll be a fusion. You cannot leave one or the other.
But now has the skill gone? When I think of animators that literally draw just a pencil and a pen, and they create these scenes, that's just unbelievable. But then when you go 3D animation and everything's on a computer and stuff, do you still need the same amount of skill, or is it like, is one art harder than the other, or?
No, I think you need to realize what you're doing animation for. You're trying to tell a story, and I think art of storytelling is what everybody should be focusing on rather than what
saying
medium.
who's better.
Yeah, animation is just a medium. You can. It's just like live action or something. So I think being good at it definitely is a skill. You need to practice and you need to do with it. But I think in general, people should learn how to tell a story, which I'm not good at. I'm still learning. Well, if you have ever listened to the podcast, you'll know.
Yeah, we usually cut you off.
Yeah, it's just like constant work in progress. I think everybody is trying to tell a story with their lives or in general. And I think that's what everybody should focus on and not lose, because we are in this age of everything needs to be instant. Instant messaging. People have so less focus. Their attention span is so less that you have to catch everybody with these short things. But at the same time, the art of storytelling is getting lost. And I think that's what people need to focus on. And animation is just a good way to do that.
So there was a little while ago, I went down to visit my dad. He was in Seattle.
Yeah.
And kind of took him out, showed him the town. But he was on East Coast time, so he's like 4 hours ahead. So around 9:30 at night, he's like, I'm done. I have to go to sleep. So I'm sitting in a hotel room. I got nothing to do, and I flicked the TV on. And my options were literally, it was like CNN or Fox, garbage news. And then there was a Ryan Reynolds movie where he switches bodies with the dude from Arrested Development.
What?
I saw maybe 3 minutes of
Like
it.
a kind of a Freaky Friday.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, one guy's the suave dude who's nailing a lot of women. The other guy's the family guy. It was stupid.
Did Nicolas Cage do something like that? Oh,
I think
no, that was with his ex or something, of his high school sweetheart that he never got together with.
It was basically it was a retelling of that Christmas story. God bless us, everyone. What was that? Not One Magic Christmas. What's that Christmas movie with Jimmy Stewart they play every year where he dies and then the angel's like, here's what the world would look like if you never lived, and he realizes he
was a piece of shit.
No, he realized he was important.
Oh, he was.
But the old guy was a piece of shit. And then
Again, you got to work on your storytelling, Ranjit.
You can
And picture this, guys. At the end, after all of it, he's a piece of shit.
Well, I'm just a piece of shit.
What does he learn?
Yeah,
Nothing. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I think that
roll
story
credits.
needs to be told. You know?
Yeah,
There should be a story like that, and the ghost town. You're like, hey, this is what would happen if you never lived, and it was glorious.
Yeah.
Like if he was not born, everybody's lives was so much better.
And then at the end, they go back to the bridge, and the angel just pushes them off. It's a Wonderful Life. That's the name of it. It's a Wonderful Life. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. So anyway, I end up on the Cartoon Network, and there were two cartoons that caught my attention. One was called The Adventures of the World of Gumball. Have you heard of this show?
No.
It was dumb. It was a dumb kids cartoon, like 15-minute segments. But the neat thing about it was that it blended every animation style I could think of. There was stop motion, there was claymation. I guess that's stop motion too, but there was like paper cutouts, claymation, CGI, hand-drawn animation, and flash animation. And then all the backdrops were like, they were obviously cartoon, but all the textures were real.
Yeah.
So they would use, like, they were showing a house, the siding would be an actual photograph of the siding of houses, and then it was all put together.
Yeah.
But it was neat in that it blended all those. The other one, and this is going back to storytelling, was Teen Titans, which I had seen it years ago, and now it's in a new version. It's got a very anime, that North American anime look, that kind of Johnny Test, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of style. But the episode was about the bad guys, and the bad guys say, we're going to have a day off. Fuck the Teen Titans. We're all having a day off. Everybody keep your stress level low. And then one by one, they went through these 5 bad guys, and the Teen Titans showed up and were total assholes, literally bullied them, and for no other reason than to ruin their day. And then the show was over. There was no moral. They didn't address the fact that the good guys were complete dicks, unprovoked.
Yeah.
And there was no happy
What
ending.
were the enemies doing? Were they like laying on the beach?
One of them was literally decided to get away and go out to the pier and just draw people's portraits, and then like Cyborg shows up and is just a dick and ends up watching them. Yeah.
Poking him.
And then there was one one of the guys was a little guy, so he built a big cyborg suit so he could go out and be a buff dude. And Robin showed up and was like, "You're in a suit," and just beat the shit out of him and destroyed his suit just to show him. But on that level, I was like, "There's no story here. There's no nothing."
What's the message? Be a bully.
Yeah,
no matter what side
really
you're on?
like
Maybe the
good guys
message is not all good guys are really, really good, and not all bad guys are really, really bad.
But they never even. I don't know. It pissed me off more than anything. It pissed me off.
Yeah.
Going on ass kicking, you enrolled in kickboxing, didn't you?
Yeah, it's just been like 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks.
So what happened? All of a sudden, you just wanted to. What was the thing?
If I'm going on Sean and John, I'm gonna kick the shit out of that.
I'm gonna boot someone.
No, I always wanted to do some kind of martial arts, like learn.
Oh God! Right in the fucking nose.
Yeah.
Jeez, Ranjit, while you're talking too.
Yeah, I'm so good. Like I can just punch.
His
my
voice
way
was
through.
so calm
Yeah,
too as he was punching you.
Because I'm already so good at it.
I was
Impressed
really
by your classes.
Oh,
See? Did you see that?
I did see that. I enjoyed watching it.
that's a lot of blood.
Yeah. See? Yeah.
I am menstruating. Anyway, yeah. So what were you saying before you beat?
So
me?
tell us about your
always-
kickboxing classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a guy
Kickboxing
yelling
classes,
at you?
No, kickboxing classes are actually pretty good. They're more like conditioning and kickboxing. Like he just teaches us like how to do like this pretty cool combos. At the same time, like I'm learning how to actually stand properly, keep a perfect stance. It's quite interesting class. The whole idea that came to me was because I always wanted to learn kickboxing, but I never thought I could learn it because I could never go to a school to learn it, nor did I have any money. And now I have
Now you
both.
get the Hasbro money.
It's
Now you're rolling.
It's just I'm cutting down other things to actually go learn this. So and I wanted to learn jiu-jitsu actually, which I started learning last year at some point, but it didn't go through that well. But that actually led me to I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do at least something then, because I like being fit, and kickboxing is sort of way to do that. And then as soon as I enrolled in the first class, I'm like, okay, this is a whole new skill that I need to learn. It's not just fitness. It's stupid to think that, okay, I'm going to get fit here just by doing this. It's a skill that you need to learn. It's more like
Do you go one of these classes?
If I spend 2 hours twice a week, I will be buff.
No, you won't get buff.
Yeah.
Do you go in these classes and you find yourself surrounded by like 16, 17-year-olds that could kick your ass? And it's just an enlightened moment, like, holy shit, these younger kids could just kill me on the floor.
No, it's actually all pretty older people. There is a 60-year-old dude who does like kickboxing with us. There was an Asian.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, okay, what, seniors that can kick your ass?
Yeah, there was this old Asian lady which was telling me how to punch properly and how to kick properly, how to switch my legs while kicking.
It's kind of
You're doing it wrong.
awesome.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, hit stronger. Yeah, you're doing good. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Sorry about this. Like, because
I can just see you in a fight apologizing as you're demolishing
like,
this guy.
the ground.
It's like the Canadian MMA is sort of, it's pretty much like everybody in the class, or at least me, I'm constantly like, oh, I'm sorry. And somebody like hits somebody somewhere by mistake and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Are you hurt? Okay, no, okay, fine.
Now, do you follow MMA?
No, I don't that much.
No?
Yeah.
Because we were talking about earlier, you know Ronda Rousey at least, right?
Yeah, I know Ronda Rousey.
And the huge upset of her losing her belt.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Which, sorry, I do have to say at this point when you're hearing it, yes, we know it's old news, but
Well,
we're talking
it
about
is and it isn't, though. It happened a couple weeks ago, but it was the shock of the world.
It was shocker, but I think it was just coming. Somebody knew, like, okay, she's been winning so good and she's been training that well, and all I need to do is train better, you know. And
do women like that turn you on? Like a bulky woman like that could kick your ass. Does that kind of get your gears?
I don't know.
Ranjit?
I never thought about it actually. I think it doesn't like.
Does it get you going if you dated a chick that was muscular than you and you thought, man, if this chick gets angry at me, she could kill me.
Yeah,
That's
but
so hot.
that's where your Canadian MMA comes in. A lot of sorry, harder.
Sorry.
You wanna do
yeah,
it?
I don't think like it gets me on by any chance. But if I'm ever dating a girl like that, I would be very careful.
I think there's this
Well said. Yes.
Because like most women are gonna like who's a super buff dude. You guys aren't watching. Oh, you're watching Jessica Jones. You need to watch the show, dude. And we should talk about Narcos too, because we've all seen Narcos.
Yes.
Narcos.
Which when we talk about that, spoilers up the fucking wall, people. So if you haven't seen Narcos, you're gonna want to watch it before we talk about it. But so there's, have you seen Luke Cage? You've seen Luke Cage in Jessica Jones, big black dude.
Oh yeah.
So he's just a tall cut dude.
Yeah.
And there's few women who, most women or gay men would look at that and go, wow, great body. But then you get into like those Mr. Universe flexy muscle guys who have like bumps and ridges where there shouldn't be any.
Yeah.
They got biceps on top of biceps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of people
there's
would look at
muscles
that
there.
and go, that's a little too much.
Yeah.
So at the same time, I was in the gym today. Some woman who lives in this building walked in. She was in amazing shape. I'm okay, I'm not going to stare at this. Okay, wait. Yeah, it's great ass.
Did you suck
now
it
I'm
in?
not going to stare.
Did you suck the stomach in?
I don't have to suck it in. There's
I always suck
too
stomach in
much
as soon
to
as I
suck
go
in.
in.
No, you know what? I'm one of those guys that like I wear goofy looking clothes. I don't.
John
buy
wears
the
a garter
latest
belt
stuff.
to kind of tuck everything.
I actually, what I wear is an old plastic WWF championship belt I had when I was 10. And I just duct tape it in the back.
Use it for squats.
Walk in.
Up the back.
Pretty much.
By the way, I was champion.
Yeah,
92.
I beat my Hulk Hogan wrestling doll. No, but I mean, she had an amazing body, beautiful in shape, but she was pushing that line, at least for me, where I was like, if she went gung ho for another month, like on strength training, it'd be too much.
There is.
So I think there's that line for both sexes.
There is time where I would see, say, a woman at the gym, and you're just like, wow, you're in amazing shape. But stop now.
Yeah.
Don't go any. Just
got it.
Maintain.
Take a week off, eat a couple cheeseburgers, and come back here.
I think as humans, we all realize there's this uncanny valley of like when you push too far as humans, and then you morph your body so much that you're like, there's something weird about it. Like it somehow seems okay.
I think
but
it's
there's
just universal way of life. It's a happy medium, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
There needs to be happy balance. Somehow superheroes, because we are so used to that image of a superhero in comics, very stylized, and when you bring it to real life, it always seems like really, oh, yeah, actually that doesn't feel good because it just feels good.
Well, there's the muscle with like a thin layer of fat over it that like comes off as is that superhero Captain America look.
Yeah.
And then there's the Mr. Universe guys who are like 0.2% body fat and biceps on biceps. Yeah. Now, okay, so we have a game to play in a bit, but before we do that, I really think we should talk about Narcos.
Yeah.
Because all three of us have watched the whole series.
Yeah.
And can I just say, how fucking good was that show?
So good.
Every time I watch it, I'm hoping it's real life.
And it is
like I'm hoping this is what Pablo did.
But there were the crazy things. Like you remember the episode where he gets the guys, he starts the counter revolution.
You should actually intro into Narcos for us, for people that haven't heard of it or know what it is.
So it's a show on Netflix. I don't know if it ended up.
Netflix series.
It's just a Netflix series. It's basically the story of Emil Pablo Escobar in the 80s, who became the Colombian drug king.
And how he controlled the country, essentially.
Like everything. That's the craziest part. The shit he got away with. Like the fucking plane bombing. And again, if you haven't watched this show yet, we're gonna spoil a lot for you. But yeah, and it's about the DEA agents who are sent down there to kind of battle him. So there's that episode where he starts the revolution and gets those guys to go into the court offices or whatever just so they can burn his records, and the whole thing is just a false flag operation almost. But the crazy thing is that they would show video of, they've filmed these guys running in, bang, bang, and that. And then they would show the main characters watching TV, and they would have actual, like they show these guys going into the room and burning the files. And then they cut to actual news reports from the day, and you see a fire in the room, and you're like, holy shit, I really know what they were burning there. It was, they tied it in with reality so fucking well.
Yeah.
How about the episode when he had to go to prison, so he built his own prison.
And the government wasn't allowed within 2 kilometers of that prison.
He had pool tables in there, and
they bring in hookers.
Jesus.
Oh my god,
that show! Yeah, it is pretty much the show where reality is way more bizarre than you think it is, and how much power that somebody can have. How
Over
much
drugs too.
Yeah, how much was he making? Like $450 million a week.
Enough that they had to start burying it. In farmers' fields. And the crazy part was he was so dangerous, farmers would find it and be like, I'm not touching that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go tell Escobar's man.
See, now
money.
if you were a farmer though,
fucking crazy.
The guy's buried millions.
Yeah.
If you found $1 million or $2 million and you just patched it back up, he probably wouldn't even have known.
I would take like 10,000 out of it and be like, okay, cool.
Oh my God, $3 million. And you take like 2 and you're like, by the way, Pablo, I found $1 million of yours.
You're in Colombia in the 80s. If you took $100, 100 American, you're probably rich. I'm going to buy a castle.
But it just boggles the mind. But they forgot, when you watch the series, they forgot about that money. They didn't know it was still buried
because the only reason they found out is because the farmer came up to them and was like, I found your money.
Yeah.
Crazy. But if you took some of the money, I bet even $100, and they found out, they'd kill you, they'd kill your family, they'd burn your house and rape your dog.
Yeah.
That's why you'd have to leave.
The value of life seems so small there, just because the population is so big, and as a person, your life doesn't matter. You don't have money, you're not doing anything for the society, you're like, oh, well.
Yeah. That's always been my dream, though.
What?
I always fantasize finding. Well, I already know that. That's not a dream. That's a reality, John. But just finding a large sum of money.
What will you do if you find like a large sum of money? What will you?
I would probably leave Canada because I know I'd be scared.
Depending on how much money it is, like they might just you'd be looking over your shoulder the rest of your life.
I think I would tell no one. Put it in my closet for a good year. Make sure that there's no buzz around town about stolen money, and then just slowly buy stuff here and there. I wouldn't put it in a bank, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh my God, no! Okay. You'd be immediately.
Okay, so what if I give you
one of that mattress money,
magic amount of money? Take like $2 million, and
no one knows about it.
No one knows about it.
No one knows.
No repercussions. What will you do with that money? There's like, this is just the money you have. Imagine you win a lottery.
You know what? I think I would. What will you do? I think I would lay low. I don't think I would buy something because that would cause attention. I would rent.
Is this illegal money?
This is legal money. Like no repercussions ever.
Invest it all except for 10 grand.
What will you do with it? If you have
what do you think? If you said there's legality to it, then I'm safe.
I get a nice RRSP and I invest in Canadian banks. And then I sit back and I watch my compound interest multiply.
So you would not enjoy that money.
Now, if it was illegal money, I buy a Camaro.
Yeah.
I drive to South America somewhere.
Yeah.
And
but all of a sudden,
and live in the jungle.
The area that the money it was supposed to be there. We have some guy working a 9-to-5 driving a Camaro. All of a sudden, you're gonna cause heat.
And here's the other thing: if it's $2 million and you know it's dirty money, but you're taking it anyway, if you find it here. It's likely Canadian cash, maybe American, which means if you're not going to a bank, you've got to stay in North America.
True.
It would be in my closet.
I'd get rid of. You know what? I'd probably maybe turn it over to the cops, hope for an award.
See, that's such a Canadian
John.
thing.
Yeah, but
No, it's a John
the cops
thing,
aren't going to break
okay?
my knees.
No, let me tell you something, okay? John got a government check of like $grand. It was certified and everything, okay?
Yeah.
And he called them up and says, I think you made a mistake. And they did make a mistake, but he could have gone with $2,000.
No, because if I hadn't
It's
just gone and I
government.
was like, woohoo, coke and whores, and it was party time. I don't do cocaine or whores, but woohoo, coke and whores. But if I did that, eventually they would call me up and go, there was an error, and you owe us this much money.
And that's when you go, I didn't receive anything.
Ignorance is not an excusable.
But ignorance is fun.
No,
Ignorance
it doesn't
is
work
bliss.
in a court of law, though. I didn't know, Your Honor. I'm just a little boy.
What proof do you have that I actually got that check?
The government.
See, Ranjit could just go, no English.
No English. No English.
They hear that.
Like, all right, keep the money.
Either way, I made the right choice in the end because I didn't know anybody. Shit. By the time it was over.
So you guys would just like invest and you would just keep it in your closet. Tell me your heart, like
I
what
would
you
buy a
want.
jetpack.
So yeah,
now we're
if
talking.
you haven't seen
Now
this,
we're
if you're
talking.
listening, you haven't seen this, you need to YouTube jetpacks, Arab Emirates, jumbo jet, but two dudes in Dubai with legit jetpacks buzzed a 747 jumbo jet.
Unbelievable.
And it's one of the coolest things you'll ever see. In fact, go to facebook.com/Sean and John, and we posted a link
post
to
it.
there. Now, I do have a game that I figured we would play. And I'll probably put in some cool music sound effects after this. Maybe not.
And it is titled,
It is titled, what is it titled? Oh,
How Can This Help Us Conquer the World?
so I have culminated, I've
Gave you
gathered.
chills, didn't it? Did you get chills?
No, I always wanted to conquer the world, so this is like a dream come true.
Okay, well, here's the game.
You look like a villain.
I'm
Totally like
You
that.
could, you know what, if you just went with a goatee, yeah, you'd be a great villain. And, yeah, a lot of black leather, like Matrix style. So, okay, I'm going to read.
That's what a chick said to him, by the way, on a date.
Yeah.
You know, you look like a villain. Thanks.
Chilling like a
Smile too
villain.
much for a villain.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Like a
Those are the
villain.
worst villains.
And that's when she walked out.
With Jessica Jones, it's one of the creepiest things Kilgrave does is any woman he has with him, he says, always smile.
Yeah.
So they have to smile no matter how horrible they feel. It's fucking, anyway, great show. So here's the deal. I'm going to read, I've got 3 articles. I'm going to just kind of read the synopsis of them. And based on the technology, and these are all new articles, the technology in these articles, we have to figure out how we could use that to conquer the world.
Perfect.
So the first one, and these all come to us from livescience.com, great website. But the first one is called Robo-Bees with Laser Eyes Could Locate Disaster Victims. So the first little bit is this. Mechanical eyes that shoot laser beams could one day help robot bees fly without crashing into obstacles, researchers say. Currently, researchers are developing biologically inspired bee-sized flying robots, dubbed Robo-Bees. They look, you can see a picture there, they almost look like a small drone. And the devices might one day use everything from pollinating crops to locating disaster victims. But fuck that shit. We have an army of robotic bees with laser eyes.
Does the laser kill or they just detect?
Yeah, here's
Just
the thing.
detects now.
Can they hypnotize? Like, can we turn the lasers to hypnotize people as if kind of making our slaves? Where all some people are walking down the street and bzzz, and we just have an army of slaves.
Can lasers do that?
I don't know. Maybe we can use the laser technology with microphone and just like as the bees are like going above them, we can
like
actually
subliminal messages.
Subliminal messages. It's like this is God talking to you, and everybody hears a different message. Did you hear that? But he told me this.
I think that would be the only way, because if lasers, okay, if you could shoot someone, kill them,
Yeah.
we're looking into an all-out war. But we need to hypnotize them,
making them feel
they'll
that
let-
it's their choice.
What if some of the robo bees have hypnotizing lasers so we can like hypnotize Obama or the next president, Trump, and then the rest of
God, is it going to happen?
I hope it doesn't, but my God, it would be like the greatest.
He would
reality
literally
TV
have the Trump card.
Oh.
But
it would be horrible because every Congress would just say "fuck you" and nobody would work with him. Anyway, let's not get political. But our robo bees hypnotized President Trump into being totally cool with all our shit, and then we wage war with the Destructo laser beams, and blow up buildings. And
Now, here's the thing, too. Do we become like the ultimate villain? Because you always see, say, on like comic books or, well, especially comic books, but the ultimate villain, if they have minions and stuff like that, they're kind of the bigger boss of it. So are we going to like dress up as like an evil bee? And we get to float with them.
Oh, no.
All these mini bees. And
I want a
mini bees attack.
I want a leather chair with a cat. I'll hold Foo and I'll pet him, and then I will slowly turn around.
But I think you have to be a bee, or you have to be a wasp or something. You have to coincide.
A white Anglo-Saxon
You have
Protestant?
to coincide with your evil bees.
Well, then we would all need names like Dr. Honeycomb and Professor Bumbles.
I think I'll just
Or
chill with
what were the My Little Pony?
you
names?
have
I'll
to
just
be a
make
cute
a
bee.
carpet. I'll make carpet of bees and like
A magic carpet?
Obviously.
God, you're Indian.
yeah.
No, but I
Oh,
okay.
that's Persian.
No, yeah, touche.
I'm sorry.
But
Nice. You don't even
My
know
bad,
your
I'm
race.
Latin. My bad.
didn't you see 300?
You're not even focusing racism on proper.
No,
race.
I'm white. I just mull it all together, and I'm just one big racist cloud.
This kind of sucks because I was going to do a whole bunch of jokes about you taking pictures and not being able to drive. That's Chinese shit. Sorry.
Well, Asian
we're being
cloud,
smartasses.
Asian,
We,
yeah.
we love everybody. But I like this idea of like bees because then you could just have the bees, like a bunch of them underneath you, and they make you fly, kind of like Magneto.
Yeah. That is okay.
And then we could like
Magic carpet
stand over a
still
city
is
being.
better.
So
Worship me and my bees. I am Dr. Honeycomb.
all the while he's in a lineup for Starbucks. He's like, by the way, I'll get an Americano.
That is why I can't go into Starbucks.
So I think we all agree
so
that.
what do I write in the cup?
Dr. Honeycomb.
What do I write? It's John.
It's like, is that soy milk, sir? Yes, please.
Is it's John? And how do you spell that? With 7 J's or an X?
So I think we agree that we need these bees to be able to hypnotize people.
Yeah,
I think we
So
need-
this
I
is
think we
this
need
is
that
our
and the laser
this is
eye.
our conclusion to
okay.
conquering
and
the world.
Hypnotizing.
After conquering the world, what do you want to do in the world? Like once you conquer the world, everybody is like.
Well, that's
obeying.
not the
That's-
question.
that's the
We've
sequel.
conquered it.
We haven't
Okay,
written the
That's
sequel.
it.
Okay.
All right. So we've conquered the world. We can conquer the world with robo bees that have laser eyes as long as they hypnotize people.
Okay, cool.
Okay. The next story is cyborg roses wired with self-growing circuits. Scientists have created a kind of cyborg flower, living roses with tiny electronic circuits threaded through their vascular system. In a sense, the plant is helping organize the electronic devices. So the minuscule electronic polymers are inserted into the plant and then self-assemble along the rose's internal structure. So it's kind of like nanites in a way.
So is this to kind of help the growth?
But yeah,
of a-
so what this is going to allow them to do eventually is tell a rose when to bloom, when to close, when to seed. Basically, control the rose.
It's zombie rose.
Rose, yeah,
Zombie
like yeah,
roses.
yeah,
But like control zombies roses. So you're pretty much poison ivy.
yeah. That's it, right? The plants are
Listening
at our
to you.
whim. And
So we need to make plants that eat people.
what do plants need to pollinate?
Why would you make
Bees.
people? But why would you make them eat people? Because we need people.
Why not?
Because it look cool.
No, but we need to
But it's a
use
threat.
people to our advantage.
Or we make the plants eat like 1 or 2 people as an example.
If
Yeah.
you do this, we are gonna this
Like
is
at
what's gonna happen
Walmart.
to you.
Yeah.
If you step out of line, this will happen to you.
Yeah.
And then you get like a Walmart greeter and gets eaten alive. And then all of a sudden, okay, I'll beg
Now
groceries.
you know what? That's how we conquer the world. We set them up at every Walmart line, and if anybody fucks around, plant eats you. And then we'll be so praised with streamlining Walmart and getting rid of the fucking idiots. We'll raise the general IQ of America by 8%, and then we'll be worshipped as gods.
Yeah, and they'll be like,
And then we bring in the robo bees.
the old women would be like, I said so, don't cross the line.
Yeah, I told you.
Oh, yeah, you'll have like a hype woman that says that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, get them. Eat them. Eat them, yeah.
Go get him.
That happened to all y'all.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's the girl that you hire, yeah.
I want her. She's our PR. She's our hype man. Okay, so that one's kind of This last one is whether or not we can use it to conquer the world. And you guys both just learned my passcode, I think. This is a
Big dicks.
Is it?
That was awkward.
yeah, but I use X instead of CKS. And I use the number 1 instead of an I because you have to now. Sorry. This title is the greatest title in a news article I've seen in a while. pee to feed the world, urine into fertilizer. So very quickly, 1,000 children die each year from illnesses related to poor sanitation and hygiene. A UC Berkeley engineering graduate, William Tarpeh, Tarpeh, could be a lot of
Sounds like a spread, like you put on bread or something.
I like a little bit of Tarpeh or some hummus. Has built a device to efficiently extract nitrogen from urine to make fertilizer. So they take piss, it goes through a number of filters and processes, and in the end, they have fertilizer. And their idea was that like no access to toilets is a huge problem in a lot of the developing world. So if you can basically take the piss out of piss, turn it into fertilizer, you create more food, more jobs, and people have more money. They can buy toilets, and it's a perfect circle.
But is that really the issue? Isn't we're just running out of land for food?
It's a lot of things, I think.
I
think
don't
it comes down to
piss.
too many people.
Yeah, I don't think it'll solve the world's issue.
In the herd.
Food
So
shortage.
maybe we come in with the robo-bees and the plants, kill off a few million, and then...
I think the whole reason that he used piss is because then people will have motivation to actually put toilets there so that they can use their toilets and actually get nitrogen.
And, which is the idea eventually.
So it's like make it profitable
thing.
to actually have toilets in everywhere.
Okay, so how do
now-
we use piss to conquer the world?
Not just piss, but piss we can turn into fertilizer. How do we conquer the world with that? Do we maybe use that to grow our cybernetic plants?
I was just going to say we might have to combine our cyborg roses with the piss.
The piss fertilizer.
Because piss
Pollinated with
would make
robo-bees.
these roses almost like on steroids.
They'd be full of piss and
I don't know
vinegar.
anything about
They'd
piss.
be piss angry. A bunch of piss ants.
So
in a pissy mood.
An army of piss ants, literally.
Literal piss ants.
No, so whoever doesn't piss in the proper urinals gets eeaten by the plant.
There you
and
go.
Bees monitor it. Tell people.
Is there
tell people
piss
to actually
in the right-
piss in the right place.
So
and that's
is there
the perfect-
specific urinals they have to piss in? Like a fertilizer urinal and just a conventional one? Or
No, we always piss in fertilizer.
You have to.
thing.
what if someone says, you know what, screw it, and I just want to piss on the ground? Isn't that essentially fertilizer anyway?
But we control them with honeybees or the
robo-bees.
The robo-bees.
See, the robo-bees tell them piss in the right toilet, and then we take the piss, turn it into fertilizer to grow our
plants.
cybernetic monster plants.
If somebody gets away from our hypnotic
I think all
thing-
these three ideas have just coincided to the perfect plan to conquer the world.
And with a plan like this, it can't go wrong.
No, I don't
What
think.
are we wasting our time here?
I don't see a fault in the plan.
All right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here and go rule the world. That's been another episode of Sean and John. Go to seanandjohn.com and check out all our cool, fun social media that's there.
Yay.
And we're on Facebook and YouTube and a bunch of
And our
stuff like
witty
that.
comments.
Yeah. You can find Ranjit on Instagram at Rana_Gill. Your website is
Ranjit Gill Art.
RanjitGillArt.com.
Yeah.
You can find me and at John Sobey on Twitter. And you can find Sean on Instagram at McGreevySean44. I think.
God, yes.
I'm on it today.
Man, you're on it.
Yeah.
You stalk a lot of people.
Yeah.
I do.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, man. I never knew my
You need to
Instagram
creep.
account name.
I just try to be as much enough of a creep so that nobody else has to be. Anyway, I am John.
I'm Sean.
I'm Ranjit.
Goodbye, lovers.